Hello, you're welcome once again to Look Up How To, your hub for data analytics. Today, we will be talking about the concept of dates in Microsoft Excel. We'll take a look at how Microsoft Excel sees dates and also some application areas. So, how exactly does Microsoft Excel sees dates? Microsoft Excel derives its dates from the operating systems. In this case, it's Windows operating system. And how does the operating system stores data, especially when it is powered off? When it's powered on, the system has a software that continually updates the time. However, when it's powered off, it's the hardware that works. So there is a concept called the real-time clock, which is a mechanical concept that continually counts the time, and when it is powered on, it will update the system. And that is exactly where Microsoft Excel derives its time. So you will wonder when you put in a formula like today, and then Excel will automatically generate the date, today's date. So this is where it gets the concept. And to also remind you, we have the date and the time at the right hand corner of your computer, and so you can set the date and time to your time zone. So here we are +1 UTC, West African time zone. And when you set it, Excel will also automatically pull the details from there. So now, how does Excel store date? We have 5 basic data formats in Excel. Number 1 is the text format. Number 2 is the number format. Number 3, the date format. Number 4, the Boolean format. And then number 5 is the error format. Now, Excel stores dates as numbers. So it derives the dates we see in Excel interface is actually for the viewing pleasure of the user. However, at the back end, it is stored as numbers. So if you see today, let's say equals today, let's bring out today's date and see how Excel sees it. So when you take it to number, you see date. So this is actually the serial number for today. So Excel starts recording dates from 1st of January 1900. So if you say 01/01/1900, so this is actually the first day that the Windows starts counting dates. Okay, so let's put it this way. So let's take it to numbers and let's see. So it's saying it's 1, and let's keep it as general, and you see it as 1. So this is the first day, and this is today's date. So this actually means that from the date that Excel starts recording dates in the system, we have 45,317 days since 1900, January 1. So it means if Excel records date as numbers, then we can actually manipulate dates arithmetically. So you can add and subtract. So that takes us to date manipulation. So let's see. Let's go back to the date format. This is short date, and we are seeing it as today. We also have some other basics formulas about in date. So now, if you see today, just as we earlier mentioned, you just type in today. Excel will pull it out for you. Sorry, and then it does not require any argument, so it will bring out the date. you take it to the short date format, and you continue to get what the actual date. Now another one is now. So if you type it now, so the now function will bring out date also. This one is in the date format. If it is not in the date format and it's in general, it will actually bring out up to the minutes. So equals to now. So you can see it brings it out to the time and the minutes. So 10 o'clock, 10:29. Now you can also use some other function like the year, the components of the day, which is the day, month, and year, to pull them out. So there are functions. So we have the year function. So you can say equals year. So these formulas, you may not see them as very important, but I bet you they are very, 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 very important. So this is the year function. It has pulled out the year component of it. So when you want to manipulate and you just want to deal with years, you can easily pull out the year in the date and then use it to compute your carry out your computation. So you can also bring out month, and then you refer to the year, and it's saying January. So this is month of January, and it's 1, and then day goes day, and then you still go to the same, and so it's the 26th day of January. Now you can use date also to now, if where you have these three components in different separate columns, you can easily use date to combine them to form a date by saying date. And what are the arguments? Year, month, and day. So, and what is the year? Year is this, comma, month, comma, date. And then it brings you straight to the date again. Now we have other these things. So you can actually use some date formulas to compute age, expiry date, and all that. So if you have someone is probably was born in year 2000 or 2001, so let's say the person was born on the 15th of February 2001. So how do you compute the age of the person? You can actually you reference it with today. So you can say equals today, which is this, minus the date the person was born divided by 365, and it will give you an idea of how old the person divided by 365, and it's telling us that the person is 22 point the person is 22. So let's take it to yeah, if a person is almost 23 years, 22.96 years. However, this is taking into consideration, it's not taking into consideration that some years are leap year and all that. Now, if you can use days equals days function to this thing. So the end date, which is the year the person was born. No, the end date is today, and then the start date is the year the person was born, and then when you see the total number of days. So if you look at this, let's remove the 365 and see whether it's the same. So you can see they are all the same. So you can divide it by 365, but there is a better way to solve this. You can use a formula called Datedif, although that one is not fully incorporated in Excel, but is supported. So equals to Datedif, yeah. So Datedif will take up the two dates. So now I'm supplying the date of birth and today, and then the format that I want. So if I want to know, take it to the nearest years, I will just put Y. And so it's telling me that the person is 22 years. Let's see here what we saw, we said 365, and it's actually 22.9. So the person is not yet, it hasn't reached the date of birth. So now since we have this, you can actually, so this is the age in years, age in years, right? Age in years. So let me continue to, yeah. Now, let's see the extra months, because we saw here that it's 22.9. So it's more than 22, but not up to 23 years. So now, if you want to know the number of months that exceeds that 22 years, you just say year month. And then when you click it, you see that it's 11 months. So it's 22 years, 11 months. Yet again, you can still find out the number of days that exceeds that month. So you say month days, month days. So 11 months and 11 days. Let's just put this as 16 and let's see. So it's saying 11 months and 10 days. So you won't think it's not changing. So this is how you'll be able to compute, work with some date formulas. Now, there's something called eDate. eDate eDate adds a number of months to dates. So for example, if you say eDate, eDate today, comma. So if you say something is going to take place exactly 5 months from now, so you just say 5 months, and then you say enter. It gives you the total number of months. So let's take it to short dates. So it means from June 26, that is when the something will take place. Now you can also compute expiry dates. So let's say a product that is manufactured will expire. So let's say expiry date of a product. Let's say expiry date of a product. Expiry date is maybe 2 years. So the product is meant to last for years, is equals to 2, and how many months? Months equals to 6, and days equals to 15. So let's say the product was manufactured and it was predetermined that after 2 years, 6 months and 15 days, the product will expire. And the product is manufactured, let's say 15th. So let's say manufacturing date. So let's say the manufacturing date is 15th of November, so 11, 2023. Yeah. So how do we determine the date it will expire? It's just to use this formula called date. So you say date, and then what is the date? So you want to determine the year. So you say, so the date is requesting for the year, month, and day. So you want to get the year out of the expiry date and then add it to this number of years. So okay, so let me treat them separately. So when is it expiring? Let us look at the expiry year. Expiry year, expiry month, and then expiry date day before we combine them, just for you to have a better understanding. Expiry day will now be equals year of this plus how many? 2. So this is formatting as this thing. So let's keep it general. So equals year this close plus 2. So I'll take it to general because it's trying to mess up. So it's 2025. Let's format all this as general because we don't need them as dates. Now let's say the month. Let's go to the months. So we've added the year 2023 this year plus 2, and it's giving us 2025. Date, the month equals month of this, close the brackets, plus how many months? 6 months. It's also giving us a wrong formatting. So let's do it for the date also. And then the date equals day, this, plus how many days? 15. Same format. It will expire actually in 2026 because it has jumped from 12 months to the next 5 months, so it will enter this. So let me just do a straight formula, because if you remove 5 from here, here will now be May, and here will be 30th. So here will now become 2026. It will now become May 30th, 2026. So let's see. Equals date, year, hit this, plus 5, comma, then month, this, plus 5, comma, date, no, plus what? Month is 6. Years is 2 actually. So why did I write this in? Month is 6 and day, this, close bracket, plus how many days? 15 days, and then close bracket finally. So it's giving me 30th so this is what I said, 30th of May 2026. So here we know that we have only 12 months. So at the end of 12, the remaining 5 will be added to the year to make it 26. So this is how we work with dates, to determine expiry dates. So there are times when you need to round a month to the end of the month or beginning of the month. So this is 15th of November 2023. You can use end of month, equals to EO, end of month. And this is the start day. and then the number of months. So you just write 2 months, and then you see it will compute it, add 2 months to this, and then to the end of that month. So let's take it to date format. Sorry, it's a bit boring. So it has taken it to this thing. It took it to the last date of January because it added 2 months. 2 months to November will be December and January, and then last date, because EO is the end of month, last date of the month. So pretty much you have I've taken you through a few, but I will not go without telling you about leave. For those who are working, it's easy for you to compute your leave date. So for example, you are going for leave, and leave has to do with work days only. You're not talking about all the days in the month. You are always specific about the work days. So for example, if today is my starting date, which is today, equals to today, and I'm entitled to 30 working days. So when will I resume from this in, considering all the weekends and so what do? I will just use a formula called workday. I'll use a formula called workday, and then the start day, which is this, and then the number of days I'm entitled to, which is 30. And then if you know specific number of public holidays, if you have, maybe there is Salah holiday or Christmas holiday, and you know the number of days, if it is 2 or 1, you just indicate here. But for now, I don't have any number of days. You just enter, and it gives you the serial number of um, when the date when you are supposed to resume. So if I start leave today, I'm supposed to resume on the 24th, on the 8th of March. This is not actually 35 days. For you to know the actual number of days here, you can use the days formula. It will not consider this. So it's asking the end day, which is this, and comma the beginning day. So it's actually 42 days between these two periods, but because I'm computing the work days, so it took only consideration those work days. So you can also do something if you do your Datedif. Here, when we computed this, sometimes you want to compute days between two periods, and you want to round it to the nearest quarter, or you want to round it to the nearest half year, or you want to round it to the nearest year. So it's easy to do that. If you want to round it to the nearest quarter, you can use Datefrac. So you see Yearfrac, Yearfrac. So it computes, first of all, the fraction of year between the two periods. So let's say this is 2023 November, and this is let me see years that are actually wide apart. Yeah, these 2 years. This is November, and this is this is 2026. Now it's asking for the start date, which is this, and comma the end date, which is this. Now you close it, and then it gives you 2.54 years. So to round this to the nearest quarter, you may want to round to the nearest year, or to the nearest half year or quarter. So in this example, we want to round it to the nearest quarter, and we are expecting that to round it to 2.75. So you use a formula called ceiling to equal ceiling, and then you click on it. It requires the number and the significance, and in this case, quarter is 0.25, so 0.25. So you can see this is 2 3/4 of the year. If you want to take it to the nearest half year, so you just say 0.5, and so it is taking it to the anything above 0.5 will take it straight to 3 years. So this is how, and this is useful in some computations certain times when you want to invoice. There are rules, business rules, that whenever the period of usage is above less above a unit and is less than 0.25, just round it off to 0.25. So that is it. You can apply date formulas in many different areas in our businesses. You can use it to in computing. When you combine it with conditional formatting, you can use it to compute expiry dates of licenses and all that. So this is basically where we'll end. But before that, I want to show you all the formulas in dates. You can find them all here. You can also apply the same rules in dealing with time. Weekdays, you can compute the weekday when you provide a date. You can compute the week number. For example, for you to compute the weekday of this date, you just say weekday, and this, and that's all. So it's telling you on the 7th date, on the 7th day, you can turn this to long date format, and then you see that is on Saturday. No, long dates will give you, yeah, it's on Saturday. That's why it's giving you 7. So you can also compute equals week number of the year that this falls. This will fall. So when you click on this, it will return the week number of the year. So it's a 22nd week. So this is by and large what we have to give, and we will be happy if you throw in questions and areas of further clarifications so that we'll discuss together. Our desire is to take you to a higher level of proficiency in Microsoft Excel. Our next videos we'll be looking at working with string functions, and that's it. So if this video is useful to you, please don't forget to like it and share it, and also subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much.